Man, listen to this, man. Don't you know that the people that have the microphone have a responsibility to tell it all? You know what I'm saying? To not be one-sided. And when I say the people that have the microphone, I mean anybody, whether it's a social media personality that's well known, whether it's a news anchor, news reporter, a whole news outlet, Fox, CNN, man, they have a responsibility to tell it all. You cannot be one-sided out here, man. There's dangerous consequences to that, man. Because a lot of times, people that hear these major topics, like the race relations, the police brutality situation, the political discussion, all these things, these major topics that are really polarizing, sometimes that's the only exposure people are going to have to those things, right? So when you have the skill and the ability, whether it's on social media or, like I said, a news outlet, when you have the ability to put your words together, to put your rhetoric together into a message that's easily understood, and you're able to influence people, man, there's a strong responsibility that you have to tell it all, man. But we have a lot of these personalities, these social media personalities, these news stations, they just tell one side, man. But you got to tell it all. Think about it. If you just look at social media and what you see about the relationship between black and white people in the United States, you think it's just horrible. Like, it's terrible. Because a lot of people are only highlighting the bad, right? But you have a responsibility to highlight the good too. You know what I'm saying? There's some serious problems in a lot of these topics, right, that are polarizing. But there's also some really good things going on. It's just as powerful a message when you reinforce the good things that are happening. If we reinforce the good things that the police are doing in the African American communities, then that's just as powerful as showing the negative things that they're doing, right? Both of those messages are important, man. And we have to start holding these people accountable to tell the whole story, man. Because we can't, when you can influence people and you can put a message together and it makes sense to where you can sway minds, they need to be presented with all the facts. And you can say it's everybody's responsibility to do their own research and all the facts. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, when you can speak, when you can put a message together, when you have the microphone, you got to tell it all, man. Stop being one side, and when we see it, man, we got to call this stuff out. Tell the whole thing, man. Highlight the bad, of course. Bring awareness. But, man, reinforce the good. Encourage the good, because it's good things going on, man. In a lot of these polarizing topics, there's good things going on. There's good people that's trying to bring races together. And that's just one example, man. There's good things going on between police and African Americans in certain communities and certain areas. That stuff's happening. We need to reinforce it and start that dialogue too. How are we going to make this? How are we going to reward that kind of behavior? Reinforce that kind of behavior, and not just talk about coming down when it's the negative things, man. I don't know, man. I think there's a great responsibility for everybody that's got the mic to not be one-sided, because there's a whole lot of them, man, that's one-sided, and there's just a few that's out here and they're telling the whole thing. I don't know. That's just what I was thinking, man. If you can get something from it, that's good. If you can't, just let it go. We out.